I'm delighted to be here in the County Centre. This is the launch of the opening of our new constituency office here in the heart of West Belfast, and one of the busiest shopping centres in Belfast. We now have a Sinn Féin office, which is the West Belfast MP's constituency office. Delighted that Gerry Adams could join us today. Probably one of his last acts as president of Sinn Féin, to come back to party constituency where he represented very well for many years. There's 100,000 people comes into the County Centre on a weekly basis. 1,000 people employed in the County Centre. We're here to work for the people. We're here to make sure that we have proper representation for all people who voted for us and others who even didn't vote for us. So we have 5 constituency offices in West Belfast, one in Turf Lodge, one in the Dairy Farm, one in Colony House, Nannerstown Road, one in the Falls Road, and now here in the heart of West Belfast in the County Centre. So we're here to represent people, and that's what we're doing.
Paul beat me in the last election by 13 votes. And I haven't actually got over that. But I want to congratulate him and Paula and the other sisters on the work that they have been doing here. And obviously you measure your success not in how many votes you get or indeed in much strength you have, although that's very important. It's how you use it, which is the important thing. And I think Paul has used it with all the rest of the comrades wonderfully well here, and dealing with all the issues that permeate people's lives, because what this is about is trying to make life easier for people, trying to give people the chance who maybe are under stress, weighed down by all the difficulties of life, just to, it's a lovely phrase, just to have a pursuit of human happiness. And that's what we do in these centres, and what we try to get people, but are essentially their rights. And I'm just away from Stormont, and I'm going back up to Stormont again, and of course the core of what we're trying to do there is to get parity of esteem for people, is to get a recognition of people's rights in the upcoming period. Whether we succeed in this period or not remains to be seen, but be assured of this, we are going to succeed. And we're going to succeed because of the work of people like yourselves and all of the other people out there. And I think that's it. Will I carry you over the threshold? You will. Michael, you're. Okay, Paul, I'm on you over because you're
absolutely.
Yes.
Paul, stalwart.
And August Emer?
Aisling.
August Aisling.
Right. Go ahead.
Aisling.
Come on, Emer. Got you, Jack. Come on, Emer. Emer, why don't you do it?
That's it. Give her the
you do it. Here.
You put it.
Watch my finger. Right, go. Call you Moy. You! Right, Paul, I'm going to carry you over.
Sinn Féin, Goananus Carta agus Aontas na HÉireann, Equality, Rights and Irish Unity.